Well, welcome to another video on my channel. I'm T Commando. My Enterprise kit has finally arrived, so I'm going to go ahead and unbox it. Over 3 months I have waited for this, which has been way too long.
If you don't need it, pick it up and put it away somewhere. Set it up somewhere so you don't cut yourself.
Yep. So this is the next video of my Enterprise Refit build, where you get to see the actual kit. Alright, I'll just hand this razor blade off to my cameraman. Which I like to thank my dad, by the way, for filming this. Alrighty. Oh, wrap. What fun. Alrighty, here we go. So here's the outside of it, decorated with a nice picture of the Enterprise. Now we're just going to go ahead and poke the plastic. If I can get at it. Oh yeah, that's right, there's a nice hole right here. We are. This is 1 to 350 scale. And here we are. We have the nice warp nacelles as long as my forearm from here to the elbow. Here's the saucer. Bigger than my chest. And when built, this model will be about 3 feet long. So, nacelles, saucer. Here are some of the clear parts, mostly windows. And even more clear parts. Warp chiller grills and more windows, of course. We have some pieces of the deflector, the bridge, more nacelle parts. We have the neck and the warp pylons packaged together. The warp pylons, I think, are going to be my biggest challenge in this entire build, because you have to make some mods to the kit in order to get it to all fit correctly. Here are some of the secondary hull parts. A bottom and 2 sides. And what many of you may not know is that this kit comes with 2 bottoms. One for the Enterprise as seen in the first 3 films, and the Enterprise in Voyage Home to Undiscovered Country. Finally, we have all of our other parts for the warp nacelles, the shuttle bay, the saucer. What else have we got here? More shuttle parts, even more deflector parts, and we also have our officer's lounge.
How many parts in this?
There are a total of 150 parts in this kit.
What's the skill level?
Skill level is number 2. And this is the second time that I am going to be building it. And finally, we have our decals. Now, I will not be using the Aztecing decals in this because I bought a paint mask set from Orbital Dry Dock to recreate the Aztec paint job on the ship. And I'm not going to turn to all this right away. It will be another section of the video, which will be hopefully filmed shortly. So that has been the major unboxing. I will see you in the next part where you go through all the parts. See ya. Now we're just going to show you the details of some of the parts. The warp nacelles themselves, they come in 2 pieces. So it's 4 pieces total for these warp engines. Perhaps the largest part of the model, the saucer, there's 2 main halves to it, and it's bigger than my chest. And then you have the saucer walls that go around here, which are in this packet. You will see them later once we start building the actual model itself. Both the pylons and the neck are in 2 pieces. So lots of assembly required, and it's going to be more than assembly for me. There's going to be painting and more painting and decal application. And then we have some of the deflector dish housing parts, and of course some of them are going around in here, like the shuttle bay doors. Here's the main housing. This is what attaches to the... Oh no, wait. This is what attaches to the secondary hull. And this is also where the model is mounted, and I'm probably going to use this part to mount the model on the base. Anyway. And then... Get out of there, sensor dome. This is what holds the actual deflector dish. Now I like that there's a neat little hole in here, so I can just stick a light in there, and then it'll light up the dish. So I kind of like that. And once again, this is just mostly windows for the thruster ports on here, both on the saucer and the secondary hull. Except for this. This happens to be the top of the arboretum, and I am trying to remember what some of these other parts are. I'll get to that later. And then we have most of our larger clear parts, such as the warp nacelle chiller grills, our neck windows, our bridge windows, impulse engines, and some bigger secondary hull windows. And we have our little torpedo launcher right here, which is molded clear, but we'll paint that later. And then once again we come to the secondary hull. Now once again I mentioned there's 2 bottoms to this, and I'll show you what the difference is between the 2 a little bit later. But if we're building the 2 different versions of the Enterprise in the motion pictures. Now we have our neat little display base right here with our metal mounting rod, but we won't be using this anyway. In fact, I'm going to be making a custom display base in my Woods class. And then finally we have our decals. Now I will open this up and show you what they are. Right here we have our marking decals. This is for like the registry number, the ship name, some stuff that goes on the display base and the inside of the ship, and our impulse engines right here. So this is what is used to decorate the Enterprise. And there are 2 different sets of these markings. Apparently they were colored slightly different from the other versions. Text message. Now, here we are. We have our Aztecing decals. Now, this is normally what you would use to put the Aztec paint job on the Enterprise. it basically simplifies the whole painting process, so you basically don't have to do any painting. Now, I decided to go to the next level and paint them on myself. So that will be quite an experience. We have our warp nacelles and the pylons, saucer, strong back and deflector housing. So, that's pretty much going into the kit into detail. I will see you in the first build video. Bye.